doing? My name is Hannah. You're welcome to Hannah Signature YouTube channel. Today I will be showing you how to gum your wording on your bustier, okay? But that will make it stand very well even if you don't want to put on bra. Okay? Here is my fabric. I'm using black in between. Okay, you can see already cut out. Here I have my wording. This is the medium size, depending on the size you want to use. So let's get started. So here I have my hairstay already gummed, on it. Hairstay. Some of you can use paper stay, depending on what you want to use. This is the interfacing I'm using here. I used rather hairstay. So now this is for this is for this. So this is what you're going to do. On the wording, you have see, the inside is like this shiny, and this part is like foamy, the foamy part. So this is where we're going to gum on the fabric, okay? On this part of the fabric. All right, let's cut. So now to cut this, you place on this shiny part, you place this midpoint of your bustier on it. So you're going to cut from your under bust. Make sure it's well placed. Then you chuck it. Just trying to trace it out, okay? This is a sweetheart neckline. Okay. We're done tracing. You can see what we have here. See what we have here. Sorry, we're going to be removing 0.5 inch on this upper part. Okay. We're going to be removing it here because we'll be turning it with the lining. If you leave it, it will be very difficult for you to turn, okay? You understand what I'm saying, when you turn to press and all that. So, and you'll be able to top stitch. So let's remove 0.5 inch around it, okay? Okay, you can see what we have here. So this is where we're going to be cutting it from. Remember, we placed it here and traced out the shape and from the upper part to the half length, to the under bust, like I said. So this is what we're taking out half inch from it, okay, so as for it not to for the same allowance here, but you can leave it too from this inside. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, so let's check it before going to the next one. You can see it. Let me just take out. Okay. We have a seam allowance, half inch around it. Okay. So now here, this is what you will do, because by the time when you want to gum it, I will advise you hold it down with your pin. Okay. Otherwise, it will move. You take it out later. You can see what I'm saying. Okay. All right. This is it. So let's go to the side. Let's cut this first. Let's take this one first. So here too on the under bust. So you shape it out. Let's shape it out. Remember, we have 2 inches sewing allowance here. Okay. We won't take it up to this point. Let's just indicate it here. 2 inches sewing allowance here. So what we're going to do is, from here we'll move in, let's just say by 1 inch. Okay, move in by 1 inch. We don't want it to come close here. We move it by 1 inch, so that by the time we are sewing, it will not interfere. Okay, here. Okay, so now here too, we don't want it to get to this point. We're going to remove half inch, don't forget, from here too. But I would like to do it this way. Here, I would just like to push it out a bit. Remember, here, half inch. I'm taking it away by half inch here to this point. Okay? But I would like to push it in more. Like 1 inch inside, inward, 1 inch here. 1 inch here, so the 1 inch will go. Okay, from here, from the 2 inches here, just find a way from here. I don't want it to go into the hammer line. armhole line rather. So I'll come here. I can just to remove about 1 inch here. Remember we have seam allowance here, okay? I can just go 1 inch here. Remove 1 inch here. So I'll just chuck it. Okay? I don't want to affect it while I'm sewing or to give me a headache while I'm sewing. So 1 inch here. So here too, I don't want it to come too close to this part. So on this part, on this 2 inches, I can just take, I've taken 1 inch here, right? Here, from this part, this joining, I took in 1 inch, half inch for the sewing allowance. Okay, half inch for the sewing allowance. After sewing in, we still have some space, okay? But I want to take it in more. Let's do 1.5. From here, just do 1.5, okay? 1.5. I don't want it too close to the angle. Taking 1.5. From here, 1.5 inward, okay? From here, we take 1.5 inward, say. Connect it like so. So on the armhole line, after your 2 inches sewing allowance, go in by 1 inch, just hold on there, okay? Then you connect here. Okay, so now we'll take it out. See the shape we have, but we're not done here. This curve, okay? But we're not done yet because we just sewed 2 inches here, then 1 inch here for the allowance. Let's just mark everything, okay, to the 2 inches, okay? Mark everything like so to the 2 inches. Okay, this is what we have, right? We've marked everything to the 2 inches, okay? So now here, like I said here, you go in by 1.5, okay? This is the 1.5 here already. So now on this armhole line, remember we have 2 inches as our seam allowance, okay? You go in by 2 inches as our seam allowance already here. So by the time we sew this, we'll have the space left, okay? And we're still going to remove 0.5 inch here. When we remove 0.5 inch here, we'll be left with 1 inch, okay? So, but this is what I do. I don't usually take it too close here. Okay, so this is the 1 inch here. Let's connect it to the 1 inch here. Remember, the side of our bust, the side part is wider than the front part, okay? Wider than the middle part. You understand what I'm saying? So you can see what I've just done. Can you see what I've just done here? Okay. So remember, on the seam here, I carved out everything. Okay. So this is the 2 inches seam allowance. I have to indicate it here. So then from there, I moved in by 1 inch because I don't want it too close to the seam allowance. Okay. Because if I leave it here, that means after joining, it will be here. Okay. I just moved in by 1 inch here. Then curve it. Then up here, we moved in to by 1.5 inch. Okay. I don't want it too close to the seam allowance too. Remember, we are going to be removing half inch around it. So let's do that. Now here, why I went in by 1.5 is this is the, by the time we sew half inch to here, we still have some space here, okay? And I don't want it too close to that part too. I don't want it to be too close to the half inch too. That's why I moved in by 1.5 inch. Okay. Let's now check the shape. Okay, let's remove the 0.5 inch. Okay. There too. Okay, so this is the 1 inch, and this is the half inch. This is the half inch up here. Be the sewing allowance on the fabric. We'll be left with something like this. Okay. Okay, let's just move in by 1 inch here. Okay, so that it won't be too small at the upper part. So let's take in 1 inch. Let's take in 1 inch. Sorry, instead of 1.5 inch. Instead of 1.5 inch, the 1.5 inch will be too tiny here. So by the time we take this for the armhole, okay, this will be left. This is the space for the armhole. We'll have this space left, okay. So this is where I'm going to reconnect to this part. I'm going to reconnect it 1 inch there, okay. See what I did? At first I said 1.5, but later change it to 1 inch, okay. Why I said that was that I don't want it too close to the armhole line, okay. So here now, by the time I've removed the half inch here for the sewing allowance to the sleeve. So here will be left. By the time we sew it here, we'll have a space here, which is still okay, because I don't want it interfering. I don't want it affecting it, okay. We still have a space here, which is still okay. By the time we sew this part, we'll have this one here, which is okay. Now let's we don't need to take away anything from here. This is the shape. You can see it looks like a corset. So we took away 0.5 inch round here, and on this upper part too, we took away 0.5 inch, and on the side we went in by 1 inch. We went in by 1 inch, and on this side, so on the seam allowance, we left the 2 inches. After the seam inches, 2 inches seam allowance, we went in by 1 inch, and then connect this 1 inch here down here. So we went down here. Let's say, okay, we went down here too. Instead of ½ inch, we went down by 1 inch here, okay. 1 inch here, we went down by 1 inch here, okay. And from the seam, after the seam allowance, we went in by 1 inch. I hope you understand this. Then 0.5 inches around here. So let's cut it out. So this is for off shoulder, okay. I'll show you how to cut for the other. Can use same method depending on what you want to achieve, but just make sure you try to shape it like this. You can see what we have. Let's place it on this and see. You can see what we have. You can see what I'm trying to say. ½ inch here. You can see it. So this is what I'm trying to say. By the time you take, we still have, let me just you know what you would do when you take it like that, measure, place it on the fabric, then check if it's still very close, because I think this is closer, it's too close to the armhole line, so I'll still take it down. I don't want it close to it at all, okay. Just shape it out, okay. So you can see what we have here now. So just look at it, look at what you want, okay. See, by the time we sew ½ inch here, we still have space here now. You see what I'm saying now? You see it? You see it? So this is perfect, this is okay. So let's check the side too. So after cutting, I use that measurement for you so that you'll be able to understand how to cut it out. When you cut it out, you place it here to cross check. ½ inch here, you still have space here, ½ inch here. So let's see what I was trying to say. The 2 inches here for sewing allowance is here. Then we went in by 1 inch and we move in again, okay, which this is perfect, it's okay. So with this now, we now use it to cut the other part. Try not to make a mistake. You can see this part is for this part, okay. The shiny part is on this part, okay. If you want to cut this part, something like this. So if you are cutting this one now, remember this is like this. So if you are cutting for this, it will be like this. That means this part will now have to be facing the shiny part on the body. This is what I'm saying. This is the shiny part facing the other side. By the time you turn it, so assuming this is the shiny part, so you place it on the word. You place it on the word like this. So now on the word you turn it downwards, because the shiny part will be facing this place, okay. So this is what I'm saying. You can see, just not, don't get confused rather. See the shiny part facing here. So this is the shiny part for the other part, okay. By the time I flip it this way, the shiny part is facing up, then I need the shiny part for this other part to be facing down. So that's why I face this downward to cut it out. So no need to measure again, just cut it out, okay. Okay. Okay, you can see what I have here. I'm done cutting. Okay, people, this is it. Let me take this out here. So you can see what we have. We have 2 of it here. So this is what I'm saying. This is for this. Now let's pin it. Let's pin. Half inch, okay? Half inch here too. So pin it down. So that by the time you're ironing it, you're pressing it, you're trying to gum it rather, it won't move, okay? Okay. It's pretty simple. Let me take out some from this part. Let me take out some from this part. Okay, this is what we have. It's ready. So now let me go and gum it with the pressing iron and come and show you. Okay guys, here is it after gumming our wedding. You can see it's very neat. Look, very neat and looking beautiful. So let me go and join them together, then I'll show you the outcome. Okay, you can see. Okay guys, I've gone to stitch it. You can see with the 0.5 inch allowance. You can see it there. So now let me go and open the seam allowance with the pressing iron, steam iron. Okay, if you don't have a steam iron, you can just wet it with water, then use your pressing iron on it. Okay, I'll bring it back to show you. This is it. Okay, before you opening the seam allowance with your pressing iron, make sure you notch it, okay, so as for it to be properly opened. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, you can see it. We are done. You can see how beautiful it is. Really snatching, looking snatching. With this, you don't need to put on bra. You can see it's ready, looking beautiful. You can see it here. Can you see that? See the way it's really looking cupped. What I did here, I told you that if you want it really cinched in, as really cupped, your underbust, let's say your underbust is 13, you remove 0.5 from it, you do 12.05. Okay, this is 14.5. The underbust is 14.5. I removed ½ inch from there, so I did just 14. You can see it's really looking cupped. With this, if you don't want to put on bra, like I said, see, very beautiful and neatly done. See the inside. You can see. After notching it, then press it down. My steam iron, or if you don't have steam iron, you use your normal iron, but wet it with water. I did the same thing to the lining. This is the lining, so you can see, really looking cinched. You can see. Even without the pad, same thing to the lining. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you love this video and you find it helpful, please subscribe to my channel. My name is Hannah Key Signature YouTube channel, and I'll be uploading videos from time to time. Okay, I hope you love this. Try it, okay, and let me know. Send me comments. You can click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye.